Everyone, this is Harati, CSC third year A section in Adi Shankara Institute of Technology, registration number 570. This is my computer networking tech talk video presentation. Today my topic is data communication components. Let's discuss the data communication components. Representation of the data and its flow networks. Bytes, bits, words along analog continuously versus digital extra terms, plugs, code modulations. Next one, representation images, color depth. HI color 16th bit and true color is 24th bit. Representation sound will be discuss image and sound representation some more after we considered data communication. Where we communicate we are sharing information. This sharing can be local or remote. Between individual, local communication usually occurs face to face, while remote communication takes place over distance. Components. A data communication system have five types: messages, sender, receiver, transaction media, and protocol. This is the diagram of the data communication component. First one is message. The message is the information data to be communicated. Popular forms of the information include text, numbers, pictures, and audios and videos. Next one is sender. The sender is the device that sender that the data message. It can be computer, workstation, telephone, handset, videos, cameras, and so on. Next one is receiver. The receiver is the device that receives the messages. It can be a computer, workstation, technology, telephone, handset, televisions, and so on. Next one is transition media. The transition media is the physical path by which a message travels from sender to receiver. Some example of transaction media include twice paid wire, coaxial cable, fire cable, and radio waves. Next one is protocol. A protocol is a set of rules that govern data communication. It represented an arrangement between the communication devices. With a protocol, two devices may be communicated. With no communication devices without a protocol, it devices may be connected by but not communicate. Just as person speaking French cannot be understood by a person who speaks only Japanese. Next one is data representation. Information today comes in the different forms such as text, numbers, images, audios, and videos. Text. In data communication, text is the representation as a bit pattern as sequence of a bits, OS or IS. Different set of a bit patterns have been designed to represent text symbols. Each set is called a code, and a process of representation symbols is called a coding. Today the prevalent coding system is called Unicode, which use 32 bits to represent the symbols or characters used in many languages in the world. An American Standard Code for Information Interchanges, ASCII, developed some decades ago in the United States. Now constitutes the first 127 characters in Unicode, and it also referred in the basic Latins. Next, numbers. Numbers are also represented by the bit pattern. However, a code such as ASCII is not used to represent numbers. The number is directly converted to the binary number to simplify mathematical operations. Abounded by success several different numbering systems. Images are also represented by bit patterns. Next, data flow. Data flow can contain three stages: simplex, half duplex, and full duplex. In simplex stage, mainframe and monitor. In middle of that, direction of your data. Next, half duplex is station and station. In middle of is directed to direction of your data at one time and direction of your data at second time. Next, full duplex. Full duplex have also same station and station, directed data all the time. In above half duplex is one time or two time. In full duplex is at all time. This is the data flow model. Next one is network. A network is a set of a device often referred to as a node connected by the communication links. A node can be computer printer or any other devices capable of sending and or receiving data generated by the other node on the network. Distributed process. Most networks use distributed process in which it takes in the divided among multiple computers inside of the single large machine being representation for all sets of a process. Separate computers, usually a personal computer of a workstation, handled a set. Next one is work criteria. Work criteria is nothing but a work must be able to meet a certain number of criteria. The most important of the person's reliability and security. Type of connections. A network is two or more devices connected through a link. A link is a communicated pathway that transfer data from one device to another. From visualization purposes, it is simple to imagine any link as a link drawn between 2 points. For communication to occur, two devices must be connected the same way to the same way to the same link at the same time. These are the two possible types of a communication: point to point and multiple point to point. A point to point connection privates a dedicated link between two devices. The entire capacity of the link is reserved for transaction between those two devices. Most point to point communication use as a actual length of a wire or cable to possible. When you change television channels by infracted remote control, you are established a point to point connection between the remote control and the television control system. In types of a connections is two types: point to point and point to multi-point. Point to point is one network connected to another network, and point to multi-point is one network connected number of networks like one or two or three, like so many networks, that is called point to point. This is for today computer networks. Thank you.